Let's go. Good morning, guys. I'm going to give everyone a second or two to come in and let the ad play out so that you guys don't actually miss anything that I'm saying. If you have premium, shout out you guys who can afford premium. I don't even have premium, but I see on my phone that it is starting. So let's get right into everything. Welshare Health launched their token today. Absolutely crazy, crazy run from the very beginning in which they made the LP live. It went up from, I believe, like a $40 million market cap, up 600% to a $200 million market cap in the matter of 15 minutes. And then we saw a lot of people who had claimed their initial tokens take some profits, and it seems to be stabilizing right now around $112 million in market cap, which is making Welshare Health the largest, I believe, DeSci player in the entire space. Aside from some of the old traditional ones that have been here for a couple rallies, like Origin Trail, and I mean, I guess that's pretty much the only one, but even that is just about where Welshare peaked out at because it had almost no liquidity. So not many, I mean, the liquidity is fine and they're able to actually make transactions and everything. But if you look, it is only about 1/3% for liquidity versus the total market cap. Now, this will update as time goes by because the FDV is at 113, but the actual circulating market cap is not 113, which is why you got to see such an insane rally. And even as I'm talking, we just saw a $10,000 sale on Welshare Health and then somebody immediately bought $12,000 worth. So you're able to see in real time just how volatile this is because yeah, a $10,000 sale just made it go down by 13%, which should not be happening at such a high market cap. But nonetheless, this is often the story we see with a lot of the initial launches of projects and of tokens is just extreme levels of volatility like this. So shout out the Welshare team because from what I was able to see, it went very, very smooth. Made a lot of people happy right off rip, and now it's going to find out where exactly it is going to sit as a function of market cap in the broader DeSci ecosystem. It did, though, boost once they get listed on CoinGecko. This launch boosted us up to almost, well, to $600 million in market cap. So shout out Welshare Health. You are bringing DeSci alive. You are bringing masses. You are getting the advertisements out that needs to happen in order to make decentralized science a true narrative in the space when it comes to crypto. So let's keep going. Make it great. Make again, baby. Let's go. If you're not first, you're last. Good morning, MK. Congratulations on being the first. Let's fucking go. GM GM nil. Good morning, Zach. Happy to have you guys in here. This is very exciting. Wellshare's got a lot of momentum going. We see Nifty right here posting about it 2 minutes ago. Wellshare, the next 100x DeSci gem, with ties to Novo Nordisk, the second largest pharma company in the world with a $2 trillion market cap, and attention from Coinbase, currently sitting at a $5 million market cap. This is one project that is really set up for long-term success. So, I don't know if that's true or not. If, I mean, it just drove some pretty large buy orders, if we're being honest, but if that's true, okay, and I can't confirm it right now, I'm going to have to wait a little bit with you guys to see what the actual announcements are and see what the updates come out as for what the true circulating market cap is of this project. Because right now the FDV is 133, right? So if we take 5 million divided by the 133.7 that it currently is, that would mean that only roughly 4% of the coins are in circulation, meaning the FDV would be 133 million, but the circulating market cap or the market cap that matters would be 5 million, meaning only 4% of coins in circulation, which I believe is pretty close to on par with what I expected. And in that scenario, this liquidity makes a lot more sense, right? That would put us around 10% liquidity to circulating market cap, which is pretty reasonable. Still, nonetheless, extremely volatile. I'm curious, how many of you guys got into the Welshare Health presale? How many of you guys were out there making gains today? I was part of the US, so unfortunately got excluded from this presale, but life goes on. I'll survive. I was hoping for my own selfish needs and wants and desires that it would come down lower than the initial launch, and it didn't. And shout out to all of you guys because that's a good launch. This is a very successful launch. All right, now on to our traditional moments. I don't know, the traditional live stream, 250 million circulating supply, I think. That's cool. That's bullish then. 250 million circulating supply. Let's go ahead and multiply that out by the current price. 250 million times 0.0559 equals a $14 million market cap. According to the information we are getting here from Zach, just made a 10x on Welshare. Let's go, Nishan. Let's go. I bought phase one presale based in Spain. Bullish nil. That's awesome. Hell yeah, dude. Honestly, this is really good for you guys. Not only is Welshare looking like a very, very solid project, which I've been aware of from the very beginning. I've gotten to talk and interview the founders, gotten to see where they're at, and now watching them both on the front end and the back end of what they have been doing and who they're working with. Like, you don't, how do I put this? The biggest qualm that I have with DeSci right now is that the projects are too focused on the science and not willing to utilize the tools and the resources at hand to take advantage of crypto, what they chose to build on. The winners in crypto are the ones that can make the most noise. Welshare seems to know this. Axon seems to know this. Welshare is getting the eyes and the attention of the broader crypto space, which will allow them to raise enough money from VCs because of how well their token is doing, right? They've given the liquidity to allow for trading. They've launched with a lot of heavy hitters in the space when it comes to marketing efforts. And it looks like things are going very smooth for them. What this sets them up to do is show future VCs, okay? They can show future VCs the total market cap of their coin, and that will help boost their valuations on the equity side. So then they could end up raising money, not even needing to dilute the token or give any out of the token, just use that as leveraging in when they're sitting at the table to get more money out of them to then fund science, right? The overall objective of all of these DeSci players is to either utilize the data that already exists or create new data via funding science and everything. Welshare is pretty unique in that they have the platform for diabetes and they're going to be collecting a lot of the data to help future research in the diabetics realm, but they're also looking to expand into other sectors as well over time. This allows them to raise enough money over the next 12 months while we're in a crazy crypto bull run to actually do that for the long term. So bullish on them. They get it. I'm happy for everyone who made killer gains on this. This is crazy. This just was a liquidity injection for the broader DeSci market because, yeah, I mean, just look at your guys' portfolio now. Everyone just got a boost in their portfolios because of this, and now you have more to go around and actually utilize. So this was good. This was good. I feel like I've ranted for quite some time on that one. Quick little update on the trade that I'm in right now on Jupiter Swap. We're up $950, $940. It has been quite the traumatic trade, but we held through. We didn't get liquidated, and now I am patiently waiting for us to break back out to all-time highs, or at least back up to the previous high, which I've told you is my plan from the beginning. I want to see Jupiter Swap up at $1.90 for me to be taking profits, which would be 400% gains on this since it would be 100% move. And I'm on Forex leverage. I do have the referral link now if you guys want to join Blowfin. I'm in the US and I'm allowed to trade in the US on Blowfin with leverage, which is exciting. So in the description, and as you guys are going down to the description, I'd appreciate a thumbs up on the video. I am still live from New York City. I am in the hotel room. I should turn on some of the lights in the background so that it's not as dark and gloomy. But I have my two key lights here that I'm traveling with. My microphone set up pretty beautifully. My phone right here that I keep looking at in order to see the chat. And I'm ready. I'm ready, baby. I'm ready to talk about DeSci and the Bio Protocol raise. This is phase two of Bio Protocol raise. They've already raised $5 million for liquidity. This is all loading right now. Oh, another thing I forgot to even mention to you guys. I got on the fancy people Wi-Fi right now. So my upload speed yesterday was 4 megabytes per second, which is less than half of what's required for a good stream. Right now it's 50 megabytes per second because I got on the fancy people Wi-Fi. So that's crazy bullish. This, I don't know why this keeps refreshing, but this is the current suite of bio DAOs. We have Vita DAO, Valley DAO, Athena DAO, Cryo DAO, Hair DAO, Cerebrum DAO, Psi DAO, and then Research Hub and Wrapped Ethereum are also adding into this as Bio XYZ is looking to be like an index fund for the different DeSci projects out there. Their suite of DAOs as well as Research Hub. Bio Protocol just announced 3 new cohorts for DAOs. They've announced 3 new DAOs that they're going to be incubating and creating. So the first one up is Long COVID Labs. Second one is Curetopia for rare diseases. And the third one is Quantum Biology DAO, which is pretty crazy. I'm very intrigued about this Quantum Biology DAO, and I believe I have every right to also be intrigued by one of the other two. I forget. I think Curetopia has some crazy, crazy reputable people behind it. We will see. Welshare already 10x. That's bullish. Hell yeah, guys. I'm telling you. This was good sign. And they're launching right as the market looks like it's about to break out. I think this, okay, everyone just watched a good pre-sale. We had some rocky pre-sales while Bitcoin was trending down, right? And this is what we talked about, guys. We talked about this. As Bitcoin has been trending sideways slash down for the last 8 months, any pre-sales you took part in during this were not really set up for crazy success. And most founders understood that and are waiting for Bitcoin to break out. It looks like this is Bitcoin breaking out. Hopefully, this is the retest, right? You come back down, test the top of the channel as support, and then build back up and continue upwards to get to the circle by the end of the year, which would be low 90,000s. That's my price prediction. I think we stay in this channel for the rest of this year. This environment is set up for crazy success when it comes to pre-sales. Welshare Health is just the first of many. Poseidon DAO is coming very soon. So I know a lot of the people in here are from the US or are getting FOMO because they saw a good pre-sale. I believe Welshare Health set the precedent for Poseidon DAO. So pay attention, get ready. No legal clarity on the presale for that one just yet, but soon to come. The team is working on it aggressively, and I will be helping them pretty adamantly. You guys have any questions for this investor? We're going back to the highs. Hee hee. Let's fucking go. What's good, Jambo? That was just a crazy rally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. That was 10 minutes, guys. 9 minutes. 600% in 9 minutes. And it already launched at like a 2 or 3x from where a lot of you guys got in on the pre-sale. Today we are drinking C4 energy drinks, not supporting The Rock, also not sponsored, although it should be. C4, if you're watching this, reach out. I would happily put a big banner above my head that said streams powered by C4. And yeah. Here are the X pages for the new DAOs which are being launched or the new initiatives from BioXYZ. So we got Curetopia. We got Long COVID Labs. I don't know why Long COVID Labs isn't following me. And we have Quantum Biology DAO. Also, don't know why they're not following me. If you guys are familiar with me, you know that when you throw quantum into it, it gets me really. Quantum means the smallest you can go. Okay? Quantum is nothing super crazy in and of itself. I believe it's literally just the study of as small as you can go. Yeah, the smallest amount of physical quantity that can exist independently, especially a discrete quantity of electromagnetic radiation. So quantum literally just means really tiny. Okay? So this is biology. They are looking at biological life forms as small as you can possibly go. So the pure, what we can see and understand right now as the foundation of life and the foundation of everything in this realm of existence, everything is this quantum level. Maybe there's things smaller, maybe it's not. It looks like it's all just vibrations and frequencies that make us up. It's just frequencies no different than what you're hearing right now. It's just that they're taking on a physical form because they're different, but it's the same concept, just like the spectrum of light, the spectrum of frequencies. And so they're studying the smallest that you can get when it comes to quantum biology, and it seems pretty intriguing to me. I have not actually done any research into it to see what they will actually on for this now, but it is very unique, and the word quantum catches my attention always. Will ETH ever hit all-time high again? LOL. I think it will. I know a lot of people are super bearish on Ethereum right now. I think that speaks volumes to just the retail mindset. I think it just speaks volumes to retail. I think it'll hit all-time highs. It's just taking this is like if we didn't have the Bitcoin ETFs and we didn't have large money players getting into Bitcoin, I think we would see Bitcoin's chart more resemble this. I think that the ETFs for Bitcoin and the institutional demand for Bitcoin is what caused us to hit that all-time high before the halving on Bitcoin and then still hold it pretty nicely. I think if we didn't have that, we would look more like Ethereum on Bitcoin, but obviously we do have it, so that's not the case. I still think if you look at almost anything that's happening in the world of crypto outside of meme coins, it's happening still on Ethereum or the Ethereum side chains. I think ultimately we will see ETH get back up and I think probably still hit like 8K or something like that. How come you never talk about the innovation game DeSci project? This is the first time I'm seeing it pop up. I've not seen it before. It hasn't come across my radar, cryptopreneur. $16 million in market cap. TIG Foundation website. Speaking of quantum, I finally bought Dynex. Bullish. That means we can finally go up, Zach. I'll come back. I just want to see this thing. The Innovation Game. Coordinating Intelligence. The Innovation Game, TIG, is the first and only protocol designed to accelerate algorithmic innovation. I doubt that claim. However, I have no way to verify it, so we will continue on, assuming that that is true. Because why would they lie to us? The knapsack problem, Boolean satisfiability, compacted vehicle routing, vector range search, and coming soon. See all challenges. This is interesting. Op optimizable proof of work, roadmap. We can also look at the white paper in a second, but challenge, deposits for voting, benchmark staking, breakthrough voting, new challenges come December. So they're looking into staking and voting right now. Interesting. Let's go over to the white paper. Play the game. Not yet. I am not reading this on the live stream. That is for sure. Do you own any of it, Cryptopreneur? Proof of work founder is brilliant. Are you the founder, Cryptopreneur? Hmm. Are you the founder? Dr. John Fletcher. Applied Mathematics PhD. Theoretical Physics in the University of Cambridge. Bullish. Ying Chan. Imperial College London alumni. Philip David. Lee Hughes. Steve Robinson. Ben. Okay. We'll keep it on our what to pay attention to, I guess. Proof of optimizable work, optimizable proof of work, OPAW. OPAW is unique, can integrate multiple proof of works, binding them together in a manner that prevents centralization. Oh, here we go. Cumulative tokens versus week. How long has it been out for? Do we know? Oh, well, no. All right, we'll take a look into it a little bit more in depth, but thank you for bringing it to my attention, our attention here. It is up a crazy amount today, so clearly the time to look into it was yesterday. Everything else in DeSci is down. So all the liquidity from decentralized science has now flown into Welshare Health and the innovation game, apparently. As far as my portfolio challenge is concerned today, I imagine it's going to be down 3.5%, 4.3%. All right, we're getting cucked. Still just sideways momentum for the last 3 months. Built out a nice support, but hopefully we can see some good momentum in the market. Dynex right now down yet again. A little bit unfortunate, but none of the improvements to the tokenomics are implementing until the end of the month. So while nobody seems to be super hyped about it, what they are doing is buybacks and revamping it so that the tokenomics match Dynex's job subscriptions. So Dynex, if we go to dynex.org, dynexcoin.org, and we go to the network, they are making it so that the price will be closer tied to the number of jobs that they get. So as the number of jobs continues to expand like this, where it's been virtually doubling every month, this month it looks like it's going to be closer to on par with September's month, but September went from 10,000 in August to 25,000 in September. And so a double would have just been 20,000. So if we can even just maintain, I mean, it's already crazy growth, even if it stopped right here, but we still have like 8 days left in the month. Even if it stopped here, it would still be really, really bullish momentum. It's not stopping here. We are continuing up and to the right. As soon as this flag breaks out, I believe we begin the glorious race to $100 per Dynex. Don't quote me on that. Actually, you can quote me on that. I don't care. 28,000% gains if it goes to $100, which would put it at a $10 billion market cap, which would be right in line with where Render went. And Dynex is just a better Render, but in the quantum realm. Much fancier, much cooler, much more wow. They also launched their LLM, so Quantum AI. And I had the opportunity to host one of their X Spaces, but I had to travel to New York, and so I did not actually get to do it. But would have been cool. Would have been real cool. One more thing for bio is that you are able to get more tokens now. If you partook in the phase one pre-sale, they are revising everything lower in valuation, meaning they're going to be giving out more tokens to everyone. So connect your wallets and see if you have more to claim because you do. Got it. Got it. Cool. It's live right now. Oh, Molecule is live with Laura from Athena DAO. Ela, who I think is like, I forget her position at Molecule, and Mario, one of the researchers for Athena DAO's IPT. Less subscriptions than September, but more DNX spent in October. That's bullish. Low key. More DNX spent, so less amount of jobs, but more spent per job. That is good. I'm a fan of that. I am a fan of that kind of measurement. Still increasing the amount of utility. And of course, cyclics. Bullish on cyclics, baby. My brother, I have invested my family's life savings in Noble and must move back to South Africa now. Just kidding, I'm from Indiana. Oh God, C90, please. Do not invest your life savings into any crypto, period. End of discussion. End of discussion. I don't care how much conviction you have. There is not a single crypto out here that is worth putting your life savings into. And I know you know that, C90. Out of everyone in the chat, I know you would not be doing that. However, I'm also in the same boat. My entire life savings is in Noble right now. I'm gonna have to move back to Boston. I mean, look at that. That does not get more unfortunate looking. I mean, yeah. I feel like I've said everything I need to say about Noble. I can continue to give you guys little bits of hopium if you want, or you can just wait and watch the onboarding to the platform. It's up to you guys. Life savings into Obama, Harry Potter, Sonic Inu coin. I moved 90% of my retirement into Bitcoin ETF. That's crazy, 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 dude. Oh, you know what we can, okay, a little bit autistic here. Last night, I smoked some weed before bed, trying to just like go to sleep and pass out. The exact opposite happened. My brain immediately turned on and was just roaring to life. And anytime I go to bed and I'm not out within 10 minutes, my brain forces me to start doing simple math equations and think about financial returns on different investment opportunities, which is a little bit special needs. And I know that it's been as long as I can remember. If I can't go to sleep, my brain starts doing math. I start seeing geometry and I start solving random equations and everything. But last night specifically, I was thinking about the Bitcoin options, which just got approved. So the SEC the other day approved Bitcoin options. I know you guys know what these are. I know you guys know what options are, but options, for anyone who doesn't know and who's new here, options are the right to purchase 100 shares of stocks or the underlying asset, 100 units of the underlying asset at an agreed upon price at or before a specific date. Okay. What is this? Options are a way to 100x leverage positions in the stock market without the option for getting liquidated. Okay. You buy the rights to purchase an asset and you put up a small amount of money to do that, and in exchange, you get like leverage access to a specific asset. And so Bitcoin now has options. And what I was thinking about last night was selling these options because a lot of people, when it comes to option investing in the stock market, they're just gambling. They're buying an option hoping that the stock, or in this case, Bitcoin, changes price dramatically. If you buy an option right now on Bitcoin that gives you the rights to one whole Bitcoin, you might only have to put up $2,000 to have the rights to all financial gains that come from Bitcoin, right? And so you put up $2,000, Bitcoin goes from $65,000 up to $100,000, and you get, well, I guess let's look at the actual prices for this. But you get all those financial gains from 65,000 to 100,000. So $35,000 in gains. You get that, and it only costs you $2,000, right? 14 viewers, 5 likes. Smash that like button. Please, guys, please, for the love of God, at least get us up. No, I'll hit the like button as well. We have 14 viewers. I want to see 14 likes on this live stream. You hear me? You understand? Do you understand? Now, you can buy the options and speculate on these assets as most people do in the market. Most people who are option investors like to just buy the options. What I like to do when I'm using options as a tool, and we'll get more into this as we get closer to the time it's needed to execute on this strategy I'm going to outline. But this opens the door to a lot of potential money to be made from the end of the cycle. Okay. And as we know, the end of the cycle will bring a lot of downward momentum in crypto. We can actually profit off that in a very safe manner. So options intrinsically are there to hedge, but people use them to speculate. What I like to do is add a little bit of risk, a little bit of degen to Warren Buffett's strategy when it comes to options. See, Warren Buffett is a seller of options. He likes to sell options to the gamblers. I also like to sell options to the gamblers. When I'm out of crypto and taking my gains and moving into safer assets for the bear market, I will be selling options. And when the time comes, I'll present it to you guys in a more concise manner. We'll have a whole classroom on the strategy implemented, but it yields between 20 to 60% on your money while still maintaining your positions. So you buy a whole Bitcoin and you sell some call options on it while it's at the peak at 200,000, let's say. You sell some call options when everyone thinks it's going to 500,000. And then when it inevitably does not go to 500,000, you get to just keep the money and your Bitcoin. And in the event that it does go to 500,000, you get to keep the money you got for selling the option, and then you get to sell Bitcoin at $500,000. So I think it's a win-win. I liked the video. Okay, man. Thank you, Don. Thank you. I am not from Florida. That's just where I was living for a couple years. I lived right around Boston. Needham, Mass. Let's go, dude. That's actually dope as fuck. I was Cape Cod. I just say Boston because it's easier for people to understand. Call if you think it's going up, put if you think it's going down. DZ's way to remember, call someone up and you put the phone down. So dumb it works. It does work. That's if you're purchasing them. If you're selling them, it gets more and more exciting. It does. But right now, Bitcoin has call and put options. Safer just caps returns. Exactly. Exactly. It caps returns. But if your exit strategy, for example, let's just use this for example, okay? Strike price on Bitcoin, prior settlement volume, prior settle. I need to like view this option chain because it looks different than what I'm normally used to. What's the price of Bitcoin right now? Price of Bitcoin is 65,800. These options, so 65,800. So this is right outside of the money. This one's right in the money. So let's say, I mean, they don't have any selling. There's no volume for these. One volume for that. So there's literally no volume right now, probably because they just initiated it. But for this, I'm going to use Apple as an example because they're actually going to have volume for it. Do you like Mass more? Mass has more seasons. Florida is just hot all the time, but I like the network I was able to build out in Florida. Therefore, I think I like Florida better. Okay, we're going to use Apple stock for an example, and I'm just going to go through it very briefly, but to explain why this is such an insanely killer strategy, okay? Let's go to this Apple stock and we look at it, okay? It's up all the way here at all-time highs. It's pulling back a little bit, so today wouldn't be the best opportunity to sell call options. You want to sell the call options on massively green days for the most amount of gains. However, we're going to use this example anyways, and let's say that you think Apple right now is grossly overvalued. You do not think we're going to continue to rally. You think that this rally that it's been on for the last since its existence is ending here soon, and you think that we're going to have a massive pullback because the entire economy looks bad, and you think that selling Apple at $230 per share is the perfect exit price for you, okay? So you have 100 shares of Apple. So you have $22,000 invested in Apple, and you want to sell it all at $230 per share. What you can do is come here and the expiration date on these options is October 25th. And so I usually like to go a little bit further out so you get some extra premium. So we'll actually go to halfway through November. All right, November 15th. So let's do a month. We have one full month, okay? So November 22nd, we have one full month for these options before they expire. All right. Most options expire worthless. However, not all of them do. So what we would do is come down to $230 strike price. See that right here? and you would sell this call option to someone. Yeah, they are calls. You would sell this call option to someone and you would make $790. They would pay you $790. Okay? You get to keep that no matter what. No matter what happens to Apple stock, whether it goes up or it goes down, it doesn't matter. You keep that $790. And what do you have to do in exchange for keeping that $790? What are you doing to get paid that $790? You are agreeing to sell that person your 100 shares of Apple at $230 per share. And you get to keep $7.90 per share times the 100 shares, so $790. You get to keep that, meaning you are actually selling your shares of Apple not at $230 per share, but at $137, $238 right now, all 100 shares. So you're keeping $800 to get out of your position. You're literally getting paid to. And you can do the same on the other side. Let's say theoretically you were like, nah, dude, Apple's got a lot of momentum, a lot of run to the upside. It's going to be a $5 trillion stock here in the next year or two. And so you think this dip that we're going through right now is a good time to buy the dip. You want to buy, but you only want to buy if it's under $230 per share. All right. In that case, we would come here and we would go to the put options and you would sell a put at $230, meaning somebody's willing to pay you $6.30 per share, 100 shares. So someone will pay you $630 to buy their shares from them at $230 per share. Does this make sense? So no matter what happens, you get to keep the $630. And if Apple goes down below $230 per share, you have to purchase at $230 per share, but you got paid $600 to do it. Does this all make sense to you guys? It's a way to get paid to enter and exit your positions. It's also a way to just farm some money off of your positions. Because let's say 1 month, so November 22nd, you don't think that Apple's going to get you don't think Apple will get to $250 per share in the next 30 days. You could come here, sell this call option, collect $116, and then just continue onwards. And worst case scenario, Apple does go to $250 per share, and you have to sell your Apple stock. Does this all make sense? I know it's overwhelming, and when we get time closer to the end of the bull market, when Bitcoin is rallying like crazy, when we see Bitcoin up at $170,000 per share, and you think it's time to be getting out, we'll be implementing this strategy as a way to make money exiting and entering our positions. This makes sense. Just have to secure the 23,000 in collateral to sell the option, right? Correct. Exactly, Chris. So Apple might not be the most accessible stock to do this on, but there are plenty of other stocks out there. Like some of you guys probably own Palantir, right? Right now would be a crazy good time to be selling call options if you have 100 shares of Palantir, which would be $4,200. Most of you guys probably have that kind of money. And so you could come to this and do PLTR, come to Palantir, their option chain. Where is their option chain? And go out 1 month so you can collect some of that premium. I'll go in when we hold the classroom on options, when it's time to pivot back into stock, I'll go very in depth with all of you guys. This is just a passionate overview so you can see the significance behind Bitcoin having options now, because now the entire financial system has adopted Bitcoin. This is significant because now people can buy Bitcoin, right? Somebody can buy some Bitcoin, like a large hedge fund, and then sell options to people using the Bitcoin as collateral so that they can hedge their position. If you if you it gets very in depth, but you can sell different options which will give you the right to get out of your Bitcoin position if it were to drop to a specific price, and someone will pay you for that. And so they're little mini insurance contracts. So now hedge funds can make their Bitcoin investments a little bit safer. It's big. It's really big news. But for Palantir, for example, let's say you own 100 shares of it, so $4,281 invested into Palantir's stock. You could then come here, and since it's rallied like crazy, you could sell a call option expiring in a month. And let's say if Palantir gets to 50 bucks, you'd be willing to sell your shares. Someone will pay you $125 to agree to sell your position at $50 per share, meaning you would make an extra, what is that? An extra $630 from the stock going up to $50. And on top of that, you could collect $125. Best case scenario, Palantir does not go up to $50 and you just simply collect the $125 someone paid you. Worst case scenario, Palantir goes to $60 in this month and you have to sell for $50, but you still made money. So in the worst case scenario, you still made money. Make sense? Truly the worst case scenario is that Palantir tanks from here, goes down to $30 a share, and you should have just taken profits at $42. But if you're in this for the long haul, if you think Palantir's got a really bright and successful future ahead of it, then you wouldn't want to be selling here no matter what. This is just a way for you to capitalize off of the crazy runway that we've had, right? Make sense? The best time to be doing this is when you see giant green candles like this. You sell a call that expires in a month right here when everyone is like, Palantir is going to $100 per share. You sell a call that expires in a month, and then you're hoping that the price is lower at the end of that month than it is where you sold it, right? And in this case, it was. Barely, but it was. If you guys are appreciating this information, please hit that thumbs up on the video. We have 10 likes right now and 14 concurrent viewers. Beat me at the worst scenario of the stock tanking while selling calls. Had that before, lol. Yeah. No, I've done that as well. The thing is, like, if you're in something for the long term, it shouldn't really matter, right? Like Palantir is a good example because I was advocating aggressively for it back here when it was under $10 per share. And what I had done is I bought this dip at like $12 and I bought a lot of Palantir here. And then as we rallied up to $14, I sold some calls on it at like 16, I think. And I collected the premium for it, so I made like $100 off of it or whatever. I made 80 bucks for selling that option contract, which I then used to buy more Palantir stock. But then it tanked. It went down like 50% from there. And so ultimately I should have just taken some profits, but I didn't know at the time, and you never know. And so rather than just sit on it and ride through the turmoil down, if you're selling options the whole way, you can collect premium. And on the flip side, if you want to DCA into Palantir and you think down here, anytime Palantir is under $9 per share, you'd be willing to put forward $900 to buy 100 shares, you sell a put at $9 and someone will pay you to DCA into the position. So it's a flywheel. It's a giant flywheel, which allows you to just harvest more returns. And from my experience doing it for like 3 years back when I was heavily in the stock market before I pivoted entirely into crypto, um, I was making anywhere from, again, 20 to I think like 80% on my money in positions per year, which is crazy good returns. Crazy good returns. All right. I know this was a little bit out of the pocket from what we usually do on these live streams that had very little to do with actual crypto, aside from the fact that we will be implementing this once Bitcoin is peaking out. Because the idea here, right? The idea here is that our bag holder portfolios right now, which are worth, I mean, today a lot of you guys made a shit ton off of Welshare, so now your portfolios are worth a lot, right? The goal here is to get everyone who's watching this live stream to be ultimately a millionaire this cycle, but I understand not everyone is going to have that level of success. The goal here is to get everyone, the realistic goal is to get everyone to be a whole coiner, owning at least one full Bitcoin. That's the goal. That should be everyone's goal. Who in chat right now is a whole coiner already? I know this is bag holder to homeowner, and so this specific challenge is to get us all into home ownership. But as a function of what you should have in crypto, the goal is to get to one full Bitcoin. And so if you can get to one full Bitcoin, now that we have options, you can farm that Bitcoin for money without ever selling that Bitcoin. So you can slowly add to your bag. If you make 50% on your Bitcoin per year off of using this option strategy, that means that every year you can add another half of a Bitcoin to your bag, which means if we have this crazy rally in 2025 and then in 2026 we all go buy one Bitcoin while it's tanking, and then 2027 is just like a meh, nothing much year where we just kind of trend sideways and find support. During that year, you can be farming these option contracts on Bitcoin in order to gain another half of a Bitcoin. And then 2028 comes, we're starting to roar back to life like this year has been. The cycle continues. You add another 0.75 Bitcoin to your bag because you're able to farm it using the option strategy, right? Makes a lot of sense. Done this a lot before, was introduced to become a filthy old degen. I agree, Chris. This is how I was like I was making a good amount of money on this strategy before I full ported into crypto and then just never looked back. Never looked back, but we will be going back. We need to be diverse investors. As one of those investors, I require that you understand not only how to make money in the crypto markets, but how to keep your money after you've made it. You must make as much money, given the opportunities at hand, as you can over the next 12 months. After that, the goal is to keep it. We are not round tripping the cycle. We are not giving our money back to the markets. We will be keeping our gains. We will be keeping our gains and diversifying them into other asset classes so that we can grow as well-rounded investors. One of those asset classes is home ownership. The other is stock market and option contracts and stuff of those regards. But I know it's going to be a very fruitful endeavor. You guys are just going to have to stick it out with me a very long time, as you can't get anything overnight unless you took part in the Welshare presale. Apparently, you get things overnight if you can not be a US resident. Oh, baby. All right, guys, do you have any questions for me? Anything you want to address or talk about while you still have me here? Otherwise, I have a very, very busy day today and a lot of things that need to happen in the next like 6 hours, 5 hours. I'm gonna go meet up with the person who hosts the DeSci NYC events. I'm gonna go meet up with him at 3 p.m., which means I only have about 2 hours before I have to leave here, about like an hour and a half. And I have a call at 1 o'clock, and then I have to come back here, go pick up Amanda from TikTok, and then get to work again. Realistically, there's a lot of activity happening right now, and Welshare woke everyone up. Welshare just woke everyone up. So oh my God. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. I know none of you guys asked questions, but don't go yet. Please, 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 please. This is going wonderful, guys. Big shout out to everyone who has voted for Research Hub. Big shout out to everyone who voted for Research Hub in this. This was part of the giveaway that I announced yesterday in the Discord and in the Telegram group. Everyone has been voting for Research Hub, and look it, we boosted them up to 13th in this. They were 20th yesterday, now they're 13th. If we get them to the top 10, then what happens is they move on to the judgment stage. These judges will be judging each of the top 10 projects, so we need to get them into the top 10. What will they be judging them on? Let's look. They list it. Evaluation criteria. Social impact, 20 points. The extent at which the project addresses social issues. I think Research Hub addresses some crazy social issues, and people will know this. They will be able to see that pretty clearly. I think Research Hub has one of the best, if not the best, narrative. Research Hub and Noble Blocks. They're going after one of the biggest social issues in the world. Sustainability and scalability. This is very sustainable and very scalable. We'll see how they judge it, because I can understand other projects being very scalable and sustainable as well. Tech innovation. This is Research Hub is utilizing blockchain technology for its actual purposes, decentralizing ownership of valuable data, giving anonymity towards stuff. Anonymity. I have a network error. Hopefully, I'm not glitching too badly. The founder and core team, 20 points. I mean, Brian Armstrong is on the core team of the project. They'll win this overall without a doubt in my mind. And then product implementation and experience. Yeah, Research Hub is very easy to use. I think if we can get Research Hub into the top 10, it has the most solid chance of winning. And we have 2 days to do this. We have 2 days left. So keep up the good work, everyone. I appreciate the support. This is going to be big for DeSci. If DeSci can win this overall Oscars for crypto, this is what it was nicknamed, the Oscars for crypto. If we can win this with a DeSci project, it gives a lot of notoriety to decentralized science. Supthuna, let's go. We can do it. We can do it. Yeah. Your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed investing it into this live stream. I appreciate all of you being here with me, and I will see you in the Discord and the Telegram, and of course, for tomorrow's live stream, same time, same place. Peace out, baby.